Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 011, Arithmetic, Section 2.11, Problem 14. This is Section 2.11, Problem 14. It says, at a construction site, there is a stack of plywood that is 28.5 inches high. If each sheet of plywood is 3/4 of an inch thick, how many sheets of plywood are in the stack? So what we have to do to figure this out is divide. So the whole stack is 28.5 inches high, and if we divide that by the thickness of each sheet, 3/4 of an inch, it should tell us how many sheets are in the stack of plywood. So in order to do this, that 28.5 has to be written so that it has only a numerator and a denominator. And once I get it in that form, I'll change the operation to a multiply and invert the 3/4. So let's start with the 28. Let's rewrite this. So to make this an improper fraction, I'm going to multiply the denominator times the number in front. So I'm going to be multiplying 2 times 28. 2 times 28 is 56. I'll take that result of 56 and add to the numerator 56 plus 1 more. 56 plus 1 more is 57. The denominator stays the same. It was 2, it just stays 2. So now I've rewritten the problem as 57 halves divided by 3/4. Now that I've dealt with that first fraction and written it in a form where it does not have a number in front anymore, only a numerator and denominator, now I can go ahead and invert the second fraction and change the operation to a multiply. So the problem becomes 57 over 2 times 4 over 3. So again, the operation changed from divide to multiply. The second fraction was inverted. The numerators and denominators weren't changed. Now to multiply, I can multiply top times top, bottom times bottom, and then reduce, and it'll reduce pretty nicely. Or if you notice, you can pre-reduce. There's a 4 on the top, 2 in the bottom, and you will get the same answer either way. When I can, I like to pre-reduce. So 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 2 times. So now, as I multiply the numerators coming across the top, 57 times 2. 57 times 2 is 114. Multiplying the denominators, 1 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. So the answer, how many sheets of plywood, is 114 over 3. Now, that is the answer, but it's not in its most sensible form necessarily. So in order to simplify this 114 over 3, let's see how many times the denominator of 3 actually divides into that numerator of 114. And that'll give us the same answer, but in a different form that'll be a little bit more sensible. So 3 divides into 1 won't fit. Go to the next digit. 3 divides into 11. Well, I can get it in 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract 11 minus 9 is 2. Bring down the next digit next to the 2, so that 4 comes down. So now I divide 3 into 24. 3 divides into 24 8 times with a perfect fit and a remainder of 0. So now, even though 114 over 3 was the right answer, a little nicer form of the answer, how many sheets of plywood are in that stack? There are 38 sheets of plywood in the stack.